Okay, so have you ever just stopped and wondered how a system as huge and complex as our world doesn't just, well, fall apart? We're about to dive into a really fascinating philosophical text that tries to answer that exact question by looking for hidden signatures all around us.
Right off the bat, the author gives us this incredible analogy to work with. I want you to picture the entire universe as this massive, non-stop factory. And our planet Earth is like a super busy guest house. It's constantly being filled and emptied. There's always activity, always turnover. Things are constantly being made, used, and then thrown away.
And that, right there, is the central puzzle. I mean, think about it. Any busy place, a factory floor, a hotel, heck, even your own room if you don't touch it for a week. Without constant cleaning, they get chaotic and dirty fast. So why doesn't the entire planet, after thousands of years of all this activity, look like one giant garbage dump? That's the mystery we're going to dig into. So our first clue in solving this mystery is the profound, almost unbelievable cleanliness we see in the natural world. The author connects this directly to a divine name, Most Holy. The idea here is that this purity isn't some happy accident. Nope, it's a deliberate, almost sacred act. Just think about this contrast for a second. You leave a small room alone for just 1 month, and it gets dusty, grimy, a total mess. But the entire planet, with its billions of creatures and countless natural processes, somehow stays incredibly pure and clean, year after year after year. How is that possible? Well, the text argues it's because there's this vast universal cleaning crew that's always on the job. In the oceans, you have carnivorous creatures acting as cleaners. On land, you've got eagles, worms, and ants. They're like nature's sanitation department, taking care of corpses. And even the elements are in on it. The wind is constantly sweeping away dust, and the clouds wash the surface of the earth. It's a constant, diligent process, happening all the time. All right, let's move on to the second clue, and this one is all about balance. The author sees this perfect, incredibly sensitive equilibrium everywhere, and they call it a signature of the all-just. Now get this, a single poppy flower can produce 20,000 seeds. 20,000! Just imagine for a moment if every single seed from every plant, or every egg from every fish or insect actually survived and reproduced. The world would be completely overrun, probably in a matter of days. It would be total chaos. But of course, that chaos never happens. Instead, what we see is this stunning equilibrium. And it's everywhere, from the microscopic balance of red and white blood cells inside our own bodies, all the way up to the cosmic balance that keeps the planet spinning perfectly in their orbits. Everything is held in a precise, delicate check. Our third clue now shifts from cleanliness and balance to the incredible wisdom that seems to be woven into creation itself. The text links this to the name Sapient, or the All-Wise, and it uses this really cool metaphor to help us see it.
We're asked to picture the entire universe as one single, gigantic, intricate book. Every star, every galaxy, every little nebula, it's all part of the text.
And in that massive cosmic book, our little planet Earth is just one page, a single page, but it's absolutely teeming with its own complex stories and characters. Now let's zoom in on that page. A single tree is like one word, but what a complex word. Its leaves, its branches, its fruit, they're all like clauses and phrases, full of meaning. And finally, inside that tree, you find a tiny seed. It's like a single dot, maybe a period at the end of a sentence. And yet, and this is the amazing part, that tiny little point contains the entire index, the complete blueprint for the whole tree. It's like an entire book is packed inside a single point. Now, this wisdom isn't just some abstract idea. The author points out that different fields of science actually see this same principle. A doctor or a pharmacist, for example, looks at the natural world and sees this perfectly organized pharmacy where every single remedy is already prepared and stored, waiting to be discovered. An engineer looks at the same universe and sees a flawless factory. A chemist sees a perfectly ordered laboratory. You see, each scientific perspective just reveals another layer of the same intricate wisdom that's woven into the very fabric of reality. So we've got our clues: absolute cleanliness, perfect balance, and intricate wisdom. But here's the big question. Do these clues point to a bunch of different forces all working separately, or do they point to one single unifying source? Well, the text argues, pretty forcefully, that it has to be one.
Here's the logic it lays out for us. First, real order needs a single director. You know the saying, too many cooks spoil the broth? It's that idea.
Second, think about it. To create one tiny seed, you have to have the power to create the whole tree it will become. But that tree needs the soil, the sun, the rain. It depends on the entire universe. So the power to create just one little thing actually requires power over everything. And if that's true, then any kind of partnership in creation just becomes logically impossible.
So here's how that shakes out. If you're looking at it from the perspective of a single unified power, creating an entire galaxy is just as easy as creating a single atom. But if you try to say creation is the work of multiple, separate causes, then suddenly creating just one single fly becomes an impossible task. You'd have to get all the forces of the universe to cooperate perfectly just for that one little insect.
So where does this all lead? What's the final conclusion? You see, the author's goal here isn't just about winning a philosophical debate. It's about offering us a completely new lens to see the world through.
And this is really the ultimate takeaway. It's this profound shift in how we see things. Once you start noticing these clues, the cleanliness, the balance, the wisdom, the text suggests that every single thing, from the smallest fly to the most distant star, stops being just a random object. It becomes a sign, a signature, a piece of writing that points directly back to its one and only author. And that leaves us with one last, really provocative thought to chew on. If we actually take this idea seriously, if every part of the universe is a meaningful signature, then the world around us isn't silent at all. It's constantly communicating. So the only question left for us is, what is it writing to you?